are such an asshole.
So several of you sent me this one, and this one was a little bit harder to find. Like, it's all popularity in games when there's social media influence. By the way, another overweight pro-fat activist has passed away, which I'm not cheering on. I'm like, are you guys going to choose life? It's one thing. Okay, you got an addiction. I get that. It's another thing when you brag about it, and oh my God, look out, you can't handle. Oh, and you're dead. That's when I know I'm right. When the people you're trying to help, and you say, hey, if you don't knock this off, you're going to die. Shut up, fuck you, racist, sexist, fat phobic, whatever the hell it is, you mentally ill people. Like, what are you? Am I going to be a Russian roulettist if I'm like against people playing Russian roulette? And then ultimately win in the end, like, well, you're dead. So here another fat activist has died. I don't know the person's name. It doesn't really matter. Guess what? Died at 28. So there's two articles. One that almost, does the recently deceased a little bit of a justice. The rest of it I can't find. It's just like, so here, there's a picture of the lady who just recently passed away, and she's all glitzed up. I've never understood. This is about girls. This is for you girls out there. Now there's also men who are fat and need to lose weight. Why do you put on makeup? This girl's all dolled up, dyed hair, frilly thing. Why? What? Why do you do that? What's the point? That's a waste of time. If you don't care about traditional beauty standards, I think makeup would be the very first thing to go. I think I even did I'm pretty sure I did an economic, not me a full-fledged with spreadsheets and shit, but I did do some quick back of napkin math about how much time women waste on. If you girls really don't care what men think of you, why are you putting on makeup? Oh, I know, because it's easy. There's your answer. Thank you, and good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. It'd be like Jeopardy. Makeup. What women do because it's easy. Correct. I'll take other self-telling lies women tell themselves for 500, Alex. If you don't care, okay, maybe you do care what men think, but you want to, obviously you want to dismantle or eliminate biology. I mean, beauty standards. Have fun. The first thing I would start with makeup. And I also have a philosophy. This is the question I ask of feminists. Like, look, okay, we get it. You don't like men, so why don't you go and enjoy your life? Why do you constantly complain about them? Here she is. She's all dolled up like Tess Holiday. Lizzo, why is Lizzo putting on makeup? Why is she wearing a lot of what? Oh, I know she makes a lot of money. I get that. Yeah. The realm of social media was shaken by the untimely demise of TikTok star Brittany Sauer, a local advocate of healthy obesity. No, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. People are dying. Fuck you. It's not insulting. Fuck you. You all need a kick in your fucking nuts. Fuck you. Healthy obesity. Advocate 10 to 28. How many other people has this person killed along the way spreading lies? I want to know. Brittany passed away following a grueling battle with type 2 diabetes. Is that the genetic kind? Well, I guess it doesn't matter if she was a healthy obesity champion. Type 2 diabetes. Condition having a problem with the way the body regulates sugar as fuel. Is it okay? Type 2 versus, they're not going to tell me it's because you're a fat pig, or is it genetic? Type diabetes one come from different kinds. Type 1, the pancreas does not make enough insulin because the body's immune system attacks the insulin cells pancreas. Type 2, the pancreas makes less. Okay, you're not answering my question. Which is genetic? God, they hide the fucking answers now. which is genetic diabetes. Type 2 diabetes has a stronger link to family history and lineage than type 1. Studies show the twins. Okay, so she had the genetic variety, which is not her fault. But God almighty, then you go on to healthy obesity. If anything, here's your insulin. Recurring skin infections and damage to her pelvic bone, all complications stemming from her obesity. Her death ignites a critical conversation around a controversial body positive movement, particularly its potential to miscommunicate the grave health risk associated with obesity. Brittany was a beloved figure in the body positivity movement. Known for her candid videos addressing her struggles with food and its impact on her life. She embodied the concept of healthy obesity, a term popularized by social media influencers that suggested one can be obese without compromising their health, yet her premature death starkly contracts this. And no, it contradicts. Oh, you used contradicts, sorry. Other cases echoing the same concern. Brittany's story is not an isolated incident. Other prominent figures from the fat acceptance movement, like Taylor Lejeune, and reality TV star Jamie Lopez. I believe Jamie Lopez was last year. And the only reason I remember that is I was having the same conversation last year in Vegas. I remember pulling up into Pete's Coffee when I heard about it on the YouTubes or the social medias. Taylor likely from a heart attack at 33, and Jamie from heart problems and pneumonia at 37. These cases are sobering reminders of the potential dangers of obesity. The consequence of misinterpreting body positivity. The body positivity movement has been pivotal in challenging social beauty standards and promoting self-love. You cannot award yourself self-love. You cannot confer value upon yourself. You can have self-respect for survival and self-supportation reasons. Yes, you should respect yourself and love you, but no one else is going to love me because I'm unlovable, so I'm going to love it. No, doesn't work that way. Overlooking science best help. Believe the science? Believe the science. Science. Anyone for the science? Would you like to believe? Trust the science? Anyone? Here's some science. We put our faith in science. Then from the Daily Mail, which is not a trustworthy source, but what is the title on this one? The title is 8 pages up of ads and drama. These 4 social media influencers were swept up by a movement that claims obesity is perfectly healthy. The tragic truth is they have all died under the age of 45. 31-year-old Brittany Sawyer. They say she was 31. 31 stone. I'm sorry, 31 stone. The final videos posted by Brittany Sawyer's TikTok page make for upsetting viewing. Speaking tearfully to the camera, the 31 stone social media star, who often posted defiant body positivity content about how hot she felt in certain outfits. I'm not joking. Delusion will get you killed. Not a single one of you living a lie are happy. Not a single one of you. Admitted with shocking candor that she had ruined her life with food and binge eating. Which one is? You're either brave and amazing, or you live the lie. Which one? I don't care. And it had left her age just 28 full of regrets. Brittany had been a virtual prisoner in her own home for 2 years, dealing with type 2 diabetes and repeated bouts of skin infection, cellulitis, which would cause a growth on her pelvis weighing more than 2 stone. Stone's what? 20 pounds? 12 pounds? She had even been forced to ask someone else to cut her toenails, as it left her too breathless. No, I'm not sorry for laughing. You people are dying. This is for your own good. This is for everybody else's good. And I would say you're evil. Look, I get it. You got nothing else to live for, and you're not going to put the effort into it, because that's ultimately what we'll boil down to. We'll get to it later. But Jesus Christ. Yeah, alcoholic. I don't recommend. Be proud about alcoholism. Yeah, fuck society. Oh, it's just a social kind. You will fucking die. I mean, anyone who goes out and says, oh, yeah, heroin's great. Alcoholism is great. You should be proud. You should drink more. You should encourage other people to become alcoholics. That's like at least assault in a certain way. Unfortunately, in many instances, that could lead to murder. I is developing value really that hard? Is it really that hard in the world today? Of you can do well, maybe not a billion things. I don't know if there's a billion professions, but there's so many things to do. So many things to do. You can become a cook, you become a fisherman, you can become a mechanic, you can become a mom, you can become a dad, you can become a husband, you can become a wife, you can become an artist, you could race car or drive. What is it? No. I'm so lazy. I'm so weak that I can't not eat, and I gotta eat the food, which is fine actually because there is such thing as addiction. I'll grant you that. But you lose me when you say, and you should all be like me. Matter of fact, we're hotter than shit. How many women are miserable right now because they actually like lie to themselves in the mirror every day? I'm in Vegas, I'm so pretty. Oh, uh, you know, uh, and this wasn't happy. I mean, you're lying, right? You're lying. You're not cutting your toenails. And you got the gall to say, oh, this is a great lifestyle. What? 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 Yet she hoped desperately that it wasn't too late to save herself. I'm scared I'm going to end up in a bad place that my body can't recover from. She said, half a million, half a million. See, that's what concerns me. I'm boring. I'm the guy who tells you to eat your fruits and vegetables and exercise. This is not necessarily a health channel. What I mean, I'm the one who tells you the hard truths. Hit the gym. Yes, it sucks. You got to diet. No, you don't get to eat the ice cream. You got to major in STEM. No, you can't major in the liberal arts. No, to get ahead in life, you need to be frugal and spend less than you make. No, happiness is not found in materialism or bragging rights or brand names or fancy bags or shoes. No, you're not entitled to shit. And if you don't live these things, you will ultimately waste your life. And your goal should be freedom because then you get to hike around and be a dickhead on the internet, giving the finger like I do all the time. I mean, that's the one thing. It's a 1 degree difference in angle, but it's an important degree because the difference between con man and honest dickhead. All right. I was watching Moon. I was watching Moon. Great YouTube channel. I don't know if you guys tune into it. He was talking about like the Ty Lopez's and the Grant Cardones, and Ty Lopez knowledge with his fucking Ferraris in the back. I don't do that. Like, here's my shitty truck. It's 20 years old. Hey guys, let me tell you about how I make money. I don't make money. I spend less than I make, which means it's actually feasible for you guys. Just gotta quit buying cars, gentlemen. Don't major in dumb shit. But that's not sexy. I'm at least honest. I'm not one of these assholes lying to everyone. Oh, big is beautiful. How many women have you? I'm girl. Guys, let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you guys this, guys. For those of you who are overweight, I mean, at least here in the men world, we don't lie to ourselves. We're honest about it. For those of you who are overweight, how did that advice your parents and society and teachers and everyone in society give you about be yourself? Just be a nice guy. Girls love a funny guy. How'd that work out? Did it get you the girls? No, it just wasted you time, gave you more rejection, gave you hope, had a crush, and made you miserable, probably depressed. Now, what if some guy, let's just say some asshole who ran a website called Asshole Consulting, some pissed off, angry Gen Xer who wants to shake society by the lapels? Why, he's so fucking stupid. Went up to you at 14, says, you're a fat fuck and you're never going to get laid if you don't lose the weight, you dumbass. Would that have helped spare you some pain and agony? Even if you didn't hit the gym, even if you didn't diet, would it have been like, oh, and you believe me, if you believe me, would that have saved you pain and agony and confusion? Oh, I was really nice and she did be myself and I was. And she said, someday I'll make a girl very happy, not her. You can't succeed. You can't succeed. You can't be happy living lies. It doesn't work. It fails all the time because the real world doesn't give a flying fuck about your feelings. Only the truth works in the real world. That's why engineers make more and teachers make jack fuck all shit, and you deserve it because it's not a real job. And it's one thing if a teacher only makes $35,000 a year working 9 months out of the year babysitting. Okay, that's one tragedy wasted. But it's another tragedy when someone dies. And it's probably even a worse tragedy when people live their entire lives living lies and they're miserable and they don't get any success in it. And that's why the point I was gonna make is I think at least men are a little bit more aware. We're a little bit more honest with each other. Oh, good. You look great in that dress, Jessica. Fucking horse slut. Man, like, yeah, dude, you got bad breath. You need to lose weight. Hit the gym. You're not going to see any excuse advice given in the world of men on the internet. But man, I don't know what are we up to this would be Gen X wasn't really lied to. Gen X women were lied to about being fat. They still had all the hot girls on 17. The girls were all thin on 17 and Glamour. I think we got two generations, third with Alpha coming up. You got the Zoomers and Millennials, you gals. How many lives have been wasted? How many poor women's lives tortured? You actually believe big is beautiful? Whoever's listening to Lizzo, like, oh my God. And how fucked in the head are all you? Like, men are wrong. They've been socially conditioned to like women with big tits and long hair and tight asses. They're wrong. As a matter of fact, they're evil. They're fat phobic. They can't handle a real woman. Like, God, how long are you going to lie to yourself? You got like, and it's not till death, ladies. It's like till you're about 40, 45. Then youth is gone. Every once in a while you get like a Selma Hayek. Yeah, but that ain't going to happen. And then it's just, then you're banished to the shadows. No one will see you. You're fighting nature? Not only are you fighting nature on the biological level of bad health for your body, you're going to convince men to like large and in charge. Wow. Okay. And and then how many lies can we spin? Well, you don't need men anyway. You listen to the fat woman song about, we don't need no man. That song, the one sang by the gal who said that you didn't need no man. Did Cardi B have a meltdown because of her man? That's the women you're listening to. At least Cardi B's in shape. I'll grant her that. 500,000 TikTok. Yeah, so she got 500,000 and I got 110,000. Should I just say what y'all want to? Yeah, be fat. Nothing's your fault. It's whatever. The Jews, white people, males, whatever. Aliens, George Bush, Trump, Reagan. I still got some dipshit in my comments. He still blames Reagan. It's like, dude. Okay, boomer. Can I get the follows? Can I run for office? We all vote for President Cappy. Free shit for everyone because all your shitty decisions are the other guy's fault. Yay! Why does everything look like the south side of Chicago? Because we haven't made it as shitty as San Francisco yet, but we're working on it. We're asking Gavin Newsom to help us with that. You people are not pooping enough in the streets of Chicago. She said to her 500,000 TikTok followers, I want you to know it's not worth it. Food isn't worth your life. Well, what? Really? You tell them now? TikTok star at Waffler69, he's a guy, died of a presumed heart attack, according to his brother, aged just 33 in January. Real name is Taylor Lejeune. He did not flaunt his weight. Okay, well, there you go. But amassed 1.9 million followers by posting videos of reviewing bizarre food, including reindeer meat and tinned ham from the 1960s. His last video, posted the day before he died, showed him eating giant Fruit Loop in milk. Well-known activist Professor Fessa, I think, Cat Paws, I think this is the one, who questioned, Cap, you're a professor. You're telling other people about this. About the only thing that you could be more wrong about and cause more damage is spread communism. See, there's the opposite. You don't die of obesity, you die of starvation. By the millions, not a single shot fired, killing more people since forever than even war. Communism, killing more than Nazis in our sleep without trying. Who questions a well-known activist professor of fat studies, Dr. Kat Paws, who questioned the links between weight and health, lost her life at age 42 based on Massey University, New England. She also presented a fat positive radio show. Don't tell me I shouldn't be laughing. I'm laughing at you to save your life. Within a week of posting the film last December, Britney was dead. Her death turns a spotlight on the controversial body positivity and fat acceptance movements that have seduced Britney and millions of vulnerable young people like her. The past decade has seen extraordinary momentum. Well, and that was, what was it? They're saying the Zoomers are the first generation that won't live as long as their parents. They'll live less. Past decade seen extraordinary momentum building around a central argument that being obese doesn't have to mean unhealthy. In other words, you can be fat and fit. No, you can't. Branded health at every size, which you see on plenty of women's magazines. You don't see that on men's magazines, ladies. Know who your enemies are. Know who actually. I know I'm such a dick. I'm a mean asshole. I'm your only friend you got, apparently. I'm sure there's other people out there trying to prevent you from doing that. But man, all the women's magazines, Dove commercials, Dove, Target, huh? Those are your friends because they got fat mannequins. Health at every size. The philosophy has at its heart laudable goals. It aims to counter the multi-billion-dollar diet industry, which has a poor record when it comes to long-term sustainable weight loss. No. People are just weak. That's it. People prefer food over health. People prefer food in some case over. Now, let me rephrase that. People prefer food over life. They will choose food over life, which means they fear hunger and working out more than death itself. That's not wrong. That's not an opinion. They fear hunger pains and working out more than they fear death. People fear giving up cigarettes, some of them, more than they fear death. People fear giving up alcohol more than they fear death. And as a libertarian, ultimately, I'm like, well, you do you. I can't judge your value system. But it would seem to me that if death is the option, don't you owe it to yourself to at least give a real hard try to not die? And certainly not brag about it on the internet. Huh? People should be encouraged to embrace their body, find exercises they enjoy, and eat more nutritionally. But some say those philosophies have been taken to extremes, particularly. That doesn't work either. It's all protecting feelings. That's it. Particularly on social media by celebrating morbid obesity while ignoring its serious health dangers. The U.S. edition of Cosmopolitan magazine was criticized for running covers featuring plus-size women in yoga pants poses after the headline, "This is healthy." Wasn't there the fat gal who was like doing a yoga pose on her head? And people, what was it? Was it for Gatorade? And the director, I remember the guy's based in Dallas. I even tagged him in it. I was like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Is she still alive or is she dead too? It's part of the drive to challenge beauty stereotypes. It is also featured U.S. plus-size model Tess Holliday at 5'3", 300 pounds, BMI of 35, more than double the healthy range. The Senate condemns dangerous, misguided. Self-styled activists, meanwhile, not only promote larger bodies as healthy, but reject decades of science to prove the dangers of excess body fat. Look, they have nothing else in life, and that's why they're going like, if all you have is a stick, that's all you have. It's a stick. Oh my God, stick. I love stick. And you'll make a religion about stick. I have this. Oh, whoever has this stick holds all the power. They don't want to put the effort into anything that's real or productive or material or valuable or honorable in society. They just want to eat, and they definitely don't want to work out. And then they're going to be proud of it. It's the same wicked like contradictory, confusing, completely illogical. Okay, it's one thing if you want to just be a piece of shit welfare bum. You want to be a Democrat. You want to be a socialist. You just want to not work. You want other people to work to pay for your shit. Okay. But then when you like, that's your pride. Like, we're helping the poor people and I don't have to work. I want UBI. I'm a socialist. I'm a leftist. It's really important to me. It's really important. It's my values. Like feminism, let's just say it's Marxism with tits. That's it. I'm sorry. Show me the feminist who's like for lowering taxes and cutting government spending. She just really wants women to be treated as equals. Show me that. It's not because it's not about women. It's about free shit. And this is the same thing. I'm proud about something that's bad that will ultimately kill me. Now, socialism won't, well, in the long term, it will kill us all. But being proud about being so that won't really kill you. But it's like you're proud about not working. You're proud about being a parasite. You're proud about being perpetual victim, whiny face. And none of those people are happy. Why? They're not doing anything in the real world. That's the whole point. None of these people are happy. Not a see what you think Nancy Pelosi's rich. You think she's happy? Have you seen her? Look at the gal Feinstein died. That woman was a miserable person. Now they're all fighting over her estate. Then like, look, I just me here, people, but you're awake, you're conscious, you hear. Don't you kind of owe it to yourself to stop being miserable, to extend your life as long as it's possible, to not have it end early? Think about that. Your entire existence is just being fat, lazy, and miserable. And deep down inside, hating your life. Maybe not hating yourself, but hating your life. Being in pain because you can't move. I mean, I've seen people who have to stop after walking a block. Like, oh my God. Nom, 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 nom. The foodsies. I love the foodsies. I don't. It's like the guy's like, I'm thinking of ending it. And it's like, well, if you do that, every option's on the table. And there was that one guy who went down to Mexico before ending it, and he did a bunch of hookers and blow. And he found out life was probably worth living, and he came back and he didn't end it. Well, can you guys go on that metaphorical journey of just losing weight and going out for a walk? Can we stop with promoting it? I know why. Yeah, Cappy, why are you reasoning with you? I don't worry, I'm with you. I'm just going through the article here. Self-styled fat acne email promote for encouraging devotees to ignore doctors who recommend they lose weight. By the way, doctors are done with that now. Doctors and medical professionals are just kind of like, yeah, here's some literature. Because you all ain't listening. And they're not going to waste their time. I want to know, like, why is Ozempic selling? Like, why girls, like, come on. You're this close to convincing men that big is beautiful. And you should love yourself. Why are you doing Ozempic? What's going on? What? Some dietitians back in the belief even oppose weight loss jabs such as Wegovy, also known as Ozempic, and the bariatric surgery because it continues to encourage weight loss as an important part of health. One organization, HAES, Health at Any Size UK, described weight loss surgery as mutilating body parts and not compatible with loving your body as it is. Hey, let's go to HAES UK. Let's find this group and let's see if any of these people are engineers or I don't know, accountants or HAES. I got a technology company, HAES. This is a Facebook page. Health at Any Size. This is the Facebook page. All right. There's one skinny guy. He's exactly like you guys aren't even human. You're just robots. You can predict this. Guys, got to go HAES UK Facebook. Surprise, out of about 20 people, they're all women except for the one guy who I'm gonna get some. And not a lot of them. There's only a handful that are overweight, actually. I don't know, ladies. Do you want to kill people? Is that what it is? But we're spirit. I know. You don't want to hurt feelings, but you're gonna get people killed. Well, you vote and you vote labor, so it's the same thing. You're gonna get people killed. It feels good. Not one is okay. There's the one guy. You got to see this. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. Now, if I were to go, I don't think we got people's resumes here, but if I was to go and look up people, do you think what they all look like academics? They all look like librarians. They all look like women who aren't married. And not a single one of them have men in their lives. They don't. They just don't. These have been your school moms or spinsters back in the day. Oh, well, they're gonna tell people how to live. Hang on, let me close out of some of these. Oh God, that's hilarious. Oh shoot, I closed the thing out. Oh, that's all right. Oh, it goes on. All right, so let me explain something here. We can go on, and I appreciate you guys sending me this article. And oh my God, Cappy, can you believe the people did the thing that they always do? And we sit here, why doesn't it? Right, I get it. And on the face of it, you have a normally functioning brain. You're like, hey, the person who advocates the thing at all costs, pay at all costs, they're dead. Isn't that contradictory and kind of funny? It's like, nah, it's kind of, in some way, it's a dark humor, but it's more tragic than anything else, if we're to be honest about it. Oh my God! Now we're gonna lampoon them and make fun of them, and that when now understand it comes from a desire to knock off the insanity, and that's what it is. To prevent people from dying, to help out overweight people. Shame is incredibly important. Shame is incredibly important in not only preventing people from making wrong decisions, but preventing societies from collapsing. Absolutely, there should be shame. But let me explain something to you. When it jumps from being overweight and not really caring, making the choice, like I am more afraid of the work it requires to maintain life, that I'm more afraid of hunger and exercise than I am death. And which even that I can understand at a certain level, jumps to, and I'm proud of it. Dude, you got two compelling forces that none of these fat activists, and we got to delineate between fat people and fat activists. Those two forces there, they're never, ever going to heed or listen to you. One, because their ego is too big. That's all they got. The cause of everyone's problems is laziness. Just simplified philosophy there for you. I'll explain my grand universal uniting theory of laziness later sometime. But they're fat because they don't want to put in the work. They're fat because they don't want to find something to do that's got value and purpose that isn't eating, and they also are not going to hit there. They're not going to put in the laziness. All right. So now they're going to, since there's no other option, they're not willing to do anything. They're not willing to suffer the slightest bit of pain in life. They're going to make it their value. Oh my God, I have value because of this. I have value. And that's fucked in the head. There's no reasoning with that person. None. They have not a single anchor in reality. And there's nothing you can do. So you could go ahead and just shame. They're immune to shame. They take it and they turn it into pride. So they're gone and they're never coming back. The other thing then is they fear the solution more than death itself. Think about it. I think it was Seinfeld. He cited a poll where, what are your number one fears? And public speaking had more votes than death. He's like, people are afraid of public speaking more than death. What's the deal? If they have a fear stronger than death, do you think any of this is going to stop them? It isn't. None of this isn't going to this isn't. And especially in the modern day with modern Westerners, I mean, the modern Westerner, especially today's American, They have to have some kind of purpose and value that doesn't require work. That's just how they were raised. They need to find some kind of cause, purpose, or reason in life as long as they don't have to work. Right? A dwindling percentage of them are normal, healthy Americans who are like, no, I should work or start a family, start a business, or just work a regular old career and enjoy a life, have some hobbies, go on some adventures. No, it's just like, I support, the virtue signalers. I support the whales. I'm against progress because there's a whatever. Electrical wires going through a neighborhood. Well, don't you need those electrical wires for your iPhone so you can take pictures? Remember the gal? The videos making the rounds. Talk about a truly worthless human being that offers nothing, has no value, and is looking for like complaining is the core of this person's life. Did you see the thing on the whatever podcast with the Egyptian eye lady with the mascara who looked like Queen Cleopatra? Where the guy says, well, how do you define misogyny? You couldn't define it. Those people. That's not a fucking engineer. That's not an accountant. It's not a soldier. It's not a cop. It's not a wife. It's not a mother. It's just someone sucking up air. And so anyway, that's what I'd say well over 50% of the people need this kind of like political crusade to give them purpose and value in life. But these people, it's like if you say, hey, you're gonna die, you will die if you whatever keep supporting global warming and environmental. Let's just say that people might reconsider that, like, because their desire to be virtue signaling. I'm not even saying whether it's right or wrong, but their desire to be virtue signaling. I'm an environmental, like the vegans, vegan, libertarian, and pilots. Is the same old joke. How do you know who the vegan, libertarian, or pilot in the room is? Don't worry, they'll tell you, that kind of thing. They'd probably shut up about libertarianism and the evils of central banking. If you're like, yeah, you literally will die if you don't stop that. Oh, maybe I should. But in this particular case, they will choose. They are less afraid of death than dieting and exercise. And you throw on the wicked, delusional, and I'm proud of it too mentality. None of this is going to change. And like other ideologues, what are they? Not fervent, zealots, I guess is the word. Like they're just going to believe it no matter what. Like, okay, drink the Kool-Aid then, and that's what this is drinking the Kool-Aid. There's nothing you could do to stop it. So I'm not saying don't send me these anymore. That's not what I'm pointing. I'm just saying for our own, because the only thing we can do is change our reaction to it. They're not going to change. They're still gonna do the thing. I was hiking earlier today, and I was too far away to tell if it was a man or a woman, but it was somebody wearing bootsy boots up to his or her thighs and had a huge flowing boa behind. I think they were in a bikini thing. And that wasn't normal. It is normal for people to do photo shoots out in this area, but this person was walking and was fat, and there was the photographer, and I'm like, okay, whatever, it's Vegas. And I didn't dawn on me until later on. I was like, oh, the color of the it wasn't a dress. It was like this big poofy boa, but a boa was only like, this was like a bigger than that. Why? It was like this wide. It was the trans colors, the pink, the white, and the blue. I'm like, look, I'm really proud about my brown eyes. I belong to the brown-eyed community. But, and that's bullshit. Never mind. I can't even fake that. I got brown eyes. I don't get a picture of me with my brown eyes in the desert. I have so much other shit to do in life. And what I am, how I was born, doesn't mean jack tiddly shit. But for some people who just don't want to go and work for a living or do some value, and if all you have is that, Green Bay Packers fans, Chicago Bears sports ball fans, you all get pissed. You're like, yeah, those leftists. It's like, oh, really, Mr. Conservative Republican district type of guy who throws the television controller through the TV because your guys missed a field goal. Really? Tell me how delusional those people are again. But whereas your team loses and all it costs you is maybe a $500 television, this is costing people their life. But guys, we ain't got time for that shit. We ain't got time for that shit. And so we can watch sucks to be them. And then let's go and appreciate the lives that we do have. Let's appreciate the fact that we can work out. We choose to work out. We choose to diet. All right. Let's pray for some people who have addiction problems. That's no joke either. But yeah, okay. Mouthy fat activist, health at any size, dies at 32. Just another Tuesday. All right, let's go to this. So, link below for resources. Sanity is the future of wealth. You're going to see more of this shit where people celebrate their shortcomings and things that ultimately will kill them or ruin their lives. That will put them, look at feminism. I mean, show me a happy feminist. It doesn't exist because they're miserable. Having simple sanity, knowing, let's say you are a fat 15-year-old boy. All right. There's a night and day difference between the fat 15-year-old boy who thinks being a nice boy and being a good, nice man is going to get the girls. And the 15-year-old boy is like, yeah, no, they don't like my fat ass and I ain't going to bother worrying about it. You're still fat, but you don't have the delusion. All right. Sanity will become the future currency of wealth. It's an essay. I had it written. Sanity is the future of wealth. Short piece. You can go read it. It's available on Amazon. Link below. And then if you haven't had someone come into your life and kick you in the fucking ass to teach you about basic things like you shouldn't get morbidly obese, men like women like this, ladies like men like that, men go to the gym, women go to the gym, men make money, ladies just don't have any other guy's kid. Men, you should be interesting and charming. Ladies, don't bring $80,000 for your worthless degree. You're all gonna if you need someone to tell you that, if it's shocking to you that you can't just follow your heart and the money will follow, or that guys aren't going to bail you out at 80, or ladies, if you think that, well, I don't understand what's wrong with dating a single mom. What's wrong? They're actually assholes for not doing it. If you don't understand that, y'all didn't have a dad that you needed to have. So take the course. The Dad You Never Had. Available on Teachable, also linked below. Let's go to the super chats, the super chats, the super chats. Let's go to the super chats and have ourselves a Dre. So we got, I can tell, it tells me how many super chats. We have 29 super chats. 27 are no doubt Dre with his short jokes. Oh my God, look, Dre, $2. Cappy likes his men big and dark like Michael Obama. Nonstop Dre, $2. Cappy always sells himself short. I see why. Bob, $5. Most adults want to be lied to. You're not wrong about that, Bob. I know I'm hard on the obese crowd, but that's because they're going to fucking die. I mean, God almighty, know who your friends are. But yeah, you're right. Most adults do want to be lied to. What? Once I hit 65, I don't ever have to work again? Okay, there, FDR. I'm sure if we lived in society based on truth, a lot of people will become violent or delete themselves. Yes, well, there's so many people who don't support themselves in this world. It's damn near, well, we couldn't use that. You got to remove kids. Kids don't support themselves. But of the adult population, I think only 40% are net producers. Everyone else is hopelessly dependent on everyone else. I'm not going to be here for it. John O. Williams, $2. Type 2 diabetes is determined diet. Okay, thank you. Because the internet is now so politically correct, I can't find out which is the one because you're a fat pagan stuck to gullet, or which one because genetics. Nonstop Dre, $2. Pacemakers with monthly subscriptions. Easy money, bro. Dre, you started, man. You don't need me for this. I got enough on my plate. Dre for $2. Cappy's too short to be friend zoned. $2. Cappy's too short to fall in love. Cappy, what do you call Cappy in a sumo suit? A pinball. Dre, enough. Let other people get a shot here. $2. Cappy's too short for death to come down on. Liberal shithole survivalist, $2. These are unreachable minds. Enjoy the guy. Exactly. Thank you. David Morrow, $50. Oh my God, I can't. See, Dave, drops $50, 50 completely very generous dollars. Thank you, David. And all he has is not only does you could have at least spelled out, oh my God, you paid for that. He even abbreviates it. OMG, I can't. Could have written the Declaration of Independence with the super chat that big. Thank you very much, David. Heinrich Dorfman, $2. Put a microchip in fatties so they want to lose weight. No. No, I don't want to do anything for these people. I don't want to do anything against them. I don't want to do anything for them. I want nothing to do with these people. They can go choose. Go do your thing. Go have 5 kids from 6 different fathers. Go major in English in an English-speaking country. Go do the drugs. Go cut off your genitalia because you think you make you popular in college. I don't care what you do. I really don't. It's not my life. And I'm not here to stop you. All I'm going to do is take the freak act, the circus, and show the younger, innocent people, hopefully, and say, look, God, go to young girls. Look. Okay, look. Okay, do you see all these 50-year-old women? Do you want to be like them? Or do you want to get married and have kids? All right, well, if you want to get married and have kids, then you got to do it this way. But I swear to God, if you listen to what women tell you, you're going to end up like her. All right? You're going to end up like the pissed off 52-year-old master's in library science librarian who hates men and has her cats, and you're going to end up exactly like her. Nonstop Drake, $2. Cappy is too short to a small business owner. Potato sauce, 5 Australian. He has nothing else to say. Thank you very much. Nonstop Dre again, $2. Cappy is too short to think highly of himself. Sam Whiskey, most American name in America. Cappy, I'm 5'7" and in good shape, but most girls are overweight with attitude. No one walks anymore. Right. And I think when I did the numbers, the statistics for the book of numbers, analyzing ROI and the pursuit of women, available on Amazon, I had to focus on marriage age women, which was 18 to 35, because if you're 36, go fuck yourself. And that's why. And even younger, which is admittedly a younger group of women, 60% were overweight. Yeah. And yeah, you're short. Okay. In good shape. But yeah, why would you? Why aren't men asking out women anymore? And there's the usual suspects, and they're not wrong. Men are afraid. Men are cowards. Men don't want to get rejected. Men have asked out women, but they've been rejected all the time. And so they say, why bother? Demoralization of what men see on the internet, whether that accurately reflects women in the real world or not, that's what they see. Being told you're not needed, but no one ever says, because you're not attractive. Mark Magana, $2. McDonald's is just too tasty. Not my fault. I'm fat. Yeah, but Mark, you're fat, and you do a cost benefit analysis. You're taking your risks. I wish you'd lose weight, but your life. I understand McDonald's is just too tasty. Here, Mark, let me help you out, because I too, yeah, man. Like I want a chocolate shake from Sonic every freaking night with the chicken. I wanted Rumplemints every night, and I got it for a while. Paul, and talk to Paul at apexmindset.net, and maybe he can help if you're serious, if you really want to do it. It takes 2 weeks to get your brain unaddicted to a thing. It could be a pattern, it could be a habit, it could be a chemical, it could be some food, whatever it is. You got to get past that 2 weeks, change your habits, and then 2 weeks, the compunction lessens, but then also especially when it comes to food, your diet changes. Your palate changes, where it's like, oh, like right now, I love Big Macs. Now, I used to like pig out on cheat day. Now I can only handle like an ice cream and maybe a donut later that night, or one crumble cookie. One. Just give it a shot for 1 month, and then it does become easier, because beforehand, you wanted that Baconator over at Wendy's, and now you're like, no, I don't. Potato sauce, 5 Australian. If these people don't want to listen, let them suffer and find a way to profit off of illegal athletes. You know what? That was another dark macabre point I was going to make about the only thing you can do is profit off of them. Which, oh, that's horrible. Shut the fuck up, all of you. Not my audience. I'm talking to everyone. Oh my God, that's horrible. Shut the fuck up. Are you all excited about Target with their fat mannequins and Lizzo and the media and Calvin Klein? All of you go. There's a desert out here in Nevada. You'd have to go a little bit south of Nevada, though, because they're the really prickly cactuses you can shove up your ass. Saying people, oh my God, that's horrible what you said. I'm not the one with fat mannequins in my stores. I'm not the one. Oh, you mean like Dove soap potato sauce? Pretty short-sighted. What if all your clientele dies? Don't you want to keep them around for? I mean, seriously, think about that. You bump off an adult woman early because you promoted obesity. So she dies at, say, 55 as opposed to 75. That's 20 years of sales you could have got. I'm serious, 20 years of lifetime sales. But we need the monies now. Spice Weasel, get you Spice Weasel. 20 generous dollars. I'm 5'11", 155. Dude, that's thin. Well, no, wait a minute. I'm 5'9", you're 2 inches. Yeah, that you're on the thinner side, but you're not real thin. I was at a friend's place yesterday. His buddy's wife made a joke about me being skinny. I said I'd rather be skinny than fat. She said skinny people get sick from viruses easier because of weaker immune systems. Dude, you're not that thin. 5'11", but I am 5'9" and $142 right about now. So yeah, you're fine. That's fine. God almighty, what's she look like? Whatever they got to see, this is why you take advantage of them. When they're going to lie to you, go fuck yourself. Hey, did you hear chocolate sundaes? But if you put maraschino cherries on top of it, it's a net negative calorie dessert. Yeah, eat more. You should make your buddy's wife fat. He'll hate you for the rest of his life. Spice Weasel, $5. All I had to say was, what was the typical body composition of people who ended from the C19? Yeah, you're right. Although I know it does correlate with obesity, but it's not a shock. The majority of people who died in America from the disease were overweight. It's like this because the majority of people in America are overweight. It wasn't, the majority of fish that got caught were in water. Like, yeah, that's usually how it goes. Nonstop Dre, $2. Cappy likes his women like his donuts, cream filled. Jeez, Dre, jeez. Hat and Clogs, our other crazy character down in Tucson. Biggest beautiful Cappy, love the fat people. Cappy, I don't hate the fat people. I don't. I judge everybody individually, but when I got someone who lies, and there's also there's an element of the sexes here where women just hate the fact men want thin women. Oh, they hate that so much. They just hate it. And they're going to punish you for it by being fat. And that'll teach you, men. That'll make watch how happy they are. They're so happy. Alex Patino, Chuck Trevor Latino, age in the field. $5. People nowadays are beyond being shamed. Now they'll find a way to make their shame into a value maxim. Yep. Well, you saw that in the tent cities in the Twin Cities, like winter's coming, they're gonna die, and the city's like, hey, you got to get into the shelter. The city even built them shelters, and the delusional drug infested horkwads were like, no, we're a community, we're not going anywhere. It's like, what pride you have? You live in a tent. You're about to die. Here's some warm lodging. Go there. Mark Bagania, $5. I'm kidding. My weight is the side effect of a med, not McDonald's. Oh, okay. I thought you were serious, but it's my fault. I haven't been able to lose weight since getting off the med. Okay, so you're no longer on the med because that was presumably for a different reason. But you still have the weight, so you haven't gotten rid of the post-med weight. Well, Mark, go for it. Well, look, I have to tell you how to do it. This is just how I would lose weight. Well, how I lost weight is I ran my ass off and then I ate less. That's what you do to lose weight. But just go for walks, man. Just start off with a 1 mile walk because you're not that overweight. Just listen to some podcasts. Interesting podcasts. Good podcasts, man. Good podcasts. Whatever you want. Fun podcasts. You don't have to listen to my piss and vinegar all the time. But if you do, you're a traitor and you're cheating on me, Mark. For anyone listening, I'm not saying all. Aaron, are you getting them addicted to hiking so that you can create an army of super hikers, all at my command? Yes. No. I love hiking, and I take somewhat very challenging routes. That doesn't mean you have to take challenging routes. You can hike flat. And there's just something about walking and listening to a podcast and chilling out. I wanted to hike across the Twin Cities Metro for reasons that even harken back to my childhood, because I wanted to see how the neighborhoods changed and like the foot trails to make it from one side to the other. It would be like a 60-mile hike. So it would be at least 2 days. Getting through the city center would be a little different, a little difficult. But just there's something very nice about walking, and it's meditative, especially if you're listening to something else. And all of a sudden you're doing a mile and a half, then 2 miles, then 3 miles. And you don't, when you walk, unless you're overweight, you know, a lot, you won't really realize you're not going to get that tired walking. So start at a mile, tune in some podcasts. I recommend Moon. I recommend Tipping the Odds Vegas podcast. I recommend Critical Drinker. I recommend Neurotic. I recommend It's a Gundam. These are all my goofy, nerdy ones. I recommend Paper Skies. Who else have I been listening to? Kadoba, not QK. Some of those other. David Morrow, generous man. Too. Now with the $2 super chat, he writes War and Peace. Salt and vinegar chips are pretty good. Oh, don't. I know. Dude, you get the salt and vinegar chips. Then you get the dill pickle chips. And then you get the lime tortillas. And then you get like some sushi. And then you get some Rumple Mints. And then you get a chocolate shake with M&Ms from Sonic. Oh, that'd be so good. It'd be so good. Stabbing Bogan, $5 Hey, Aaron, glad I finally caught you streaming, enjoying the content on your channel so far. Well, I'm glad you're here, our fine Aussies. What the heck is Donna Hannaford, or who's the Australian? We got a lot. I know it's time-wise you guys are up. We have I think the Aussies are the number 2 group that tune in. Because we got Americans. We have some people from the UK, a handful of other people from the Euro, but man, you Aussies come in. Hat and clogs $2. It's those white cis male Republicans in the Senate. That's the problem for everything. That's the reason you're fat. That's why the buildings are set on fire. That's why Walmart closed down. The straight white males in the Senate. Republican. Adam Schmidt, $2. Fellow Gen Xer, saw Die Hard at the theater. Good for you, man. Good for you. Nonstop Dre, $2. What are wives' favorite place? Divorce and family court. That's a good one, Dre. That's a good one. $2. How do feminists like their dogs with peanut? Okay, all right, Dre. Then you went way too far on that one. Way too far. Ass bucket. Can a female who's 59 start saving? It's the inside joke. Not only can she has to. Because if she started to save at 59, she is not going to be able to retire. I loved it when that happened in my finance class. I took the class because I'm 58 and it's time to get serious about retirement. Then we got to the part where they had to calculate how much money they needed saved for retirement. And then, what would her name be? Janet, 58-year-old Janet, would do the numbers and realize that she would have to save $127,000 a month for the next 4 years to retire at 62. Oh, math. I was, come on, baby, lighting my fire in the 60s and 70s. Adam Schmidt, $5. Sheryl Crow sings the lyrics, "Lie to me, I promise I'll believe." That was the female singer we were told to like in the 90s, which I did not. Nonstop Dre, $2. Feminists like their kids like their men deleted. Oh, jeez, Dre. You're right on that edge, man. You're right on that edge. Well, feminists would agree with you. We're pro-abortion here, right? We could say pro-abortion, right? That's the good position to be in for YouTube, right? Adam Schmidt, $2 about height. I absolutely recommend lifts. On the shoes, right? Not the surgery. I had someone ask about the surgery, which I haven't had. Nonstop Drake, $2. What feminist favorite place? Planned Parenthood. Okay, that was cleaner. Mark Magana, $2. Thanks for the recommendation on Apex Mindset. Yeah, Paul can go into much more detail than I can. Walking isn't the worst thing. Chess Thoughts, $10. New guy, $10. Is the wall when people stop caring about the opinions of hot women because they are no longer hot? No, the wall isn't exclusively that's a female affair. The wall, women hit the wall. And it's when they lose their youth and beauty, and men stop wanting to sleep with them, and women stop wanting to be them. And then they become invisible. Now, no woman is truly invisible. There's always an older man. If a woman is 52 but has kept herself in shape, the George Clooney's of the world are not going to pay attention to her, but a 70-year-old man named Herman will. But he doesn't exist in her eyes. So she becomes invisible to only the men that matter in her life. And so they might as well not exist. I'm not saying philosophically, mentally, since other men might see her, but she doesn't care about them, then she effectively doesn't exist because their interest in her doesn't count. People may stop. Look, no one really cared about the opinions of hot women ever. Men just, that's very interesting. Oh, early childhood education, you say. Oh, wow, that's great. Oh, you love kids. Touch P now. It was all to get laid. Like no one really. Do you guys? I'll be honest. Now, I have met some really nice gals. I've dated many women, and there were many women who were interesting and pleasant to be around, but they were in the minority. Most of the time, I'm sitting there listening like, this is incredibly boring. I was a little bit nervous more myself, like, okay, I got to make her interesting. I got to make her funny. I got to make her laugh. But after a while, you look like, oh, yeah, I'm just here to get laid. Oh, you're an artist. Oh, wow. Yeah, maybe you can come over to my place and tell me what kind of art I need. And then I can get laid. Yeah, it's dirty and gross, and you should be. Shh, here, this is. Shh, do you hear that? Woo woo! It's the shut the fuck up train, and it's coming to the depot. Potato sauce, $2 Australian. Like hydros, one goes to take their place. Stonks up. What like hydras? Oh, hydras. I'm sorry, I can't. My vision is going. What stonks up? I don't get stonks. Judd Grover, $2. Always fun watching Cappy scream to the void. David Morrow, $2. Dre crushes on Cappy, $2 at a time. However he wants to spend his GI Bill, that's fine. It could be $2 at a time. It could be $1,000. I don't care. Generation Apollo, $5. Fat activists are demanding the FAA require airlines to offer free multiple seats to people. Yeah, see, these are the people that I hate. Now it's gone beyond. Maybe you got an addiction. Maybe you have willpower issues too. You're an arrogant ideologue who you want other people to suffer. Who don't fit in regular seats. Time to put benches in cargo. Adam Schmidt, $2. My favorite podcast is the Elkins Accounting Hour. Thanks a lot, Adam. Thank you. Chad would like that. Nonstop Trey, $2. The Great One has a good pod. Really? His last two were pretty dark, Trey. Even I had to stop listening to him. Go tune in. I couldn't. I was having too good a time hiking, and I like the Great One, but his podcasts were a little dark. Nonstop Trade, $2. Cappy likes his men like chips, saltier the better. Trey likes his podcast like he likes his men dark. See, two could play at this game, Trey. All right, that's it. Thank you for all the super chats, ladies and gentlemen. I think it was all gentlemen. Whatever happened to Donnie Hannaford? Where's she? She's probably. I wonder if Terrence Popp is podcasting right now. Link below. Sandy is the future of wealth. If you need a swift kick in your ass so your life doesn't suck, or I could give you the map to get in your life. See, here's the map. This is the map. This will get you out of your life if you follow the map. But the problem is you have to follow it. You must walk this path. I don't move your right, then move your left, then move your right, and move your left. You follow the map and you get out. That's called The Dad You Never Had, available on teachable.com or also linked below. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.